Welcome friends to another episode of Basement Bike Mechanic. In today's video we're going to be working on an UrbanGo, and the customer was needing new tubes for the rear and front and also the brakes rear and front, and then they basically said whatever else is needed for it to go ahead and handle. So that's what we're going to do today. Let's get to it. Alright, let's check out these tires to see how to remove them. I haven't worked on an UrbanGo before, so this will be a new one. It's a single speed, no changing of gears on this. I know some e-bikes do have gear changes, but this one does not. Single speed, so we just need to remove the rear first and see where we go from there. That one loose. Oh gosh. Okay. There we go. And let's see what else we got. Okay, this piece here, I don't know what you call them, but they basically push in to make sure that the tension never changes here. So you kind of set the tension with this, and then you lock it in with the nuts here. So get all these off. All right. Okay, so we gotta undo this. This piece here holds onto the fender, so we're not gonna worry about that. And the other side, not much going on other than disconnecting from the power. So let's loosen this up, and since it's holding on by the frame horizontally, we don't have to worry about it just dropping off. So I'm going to loosen up this piece here and go from there. Wow, they're not making it very easy to get to this piece, but I'll work with it. Let's see if one of these works. Too small. Let's see if a 10 or a 12 millimeter will work. Alright, here we go. 10 millimeter. Let's go ahead and loosen this up. Almost there. Mike can just, nope. Let's go see if I can hand do it, but I cannot. Gotta get to it now. Come on, you. Ah, jeez. Really wants you to go pretty far off. Okay, that's gotta be enough. Yeah. Just does not want to let go yet. There we go, finally. That was a pain. Okay, let go, thank you. If you want to see the little piece, that's what holds on to the, it goes behind it, and kind of, the more you press into it, the more it pushes the chain, or excuse me, it holds the chain, so it allows it to have a certain amount of tension, and then you lock it in place. Okie doke. Let's slide it out a little bit. Oh, also need to do the power. So let me clip these cables in the back. One down. And another one. This should come out now. Need to, here, let me try doing the chain too. There we go. Chain's loose now. There we go. All right, let's get this tire off. I'm gonna tell you what, whenever you get new tubes, gosh, they stink. They really do. Okay, I'm hoping that I've got the correct, like it feels like I do. Just make sure I got the right type of tube for this. Okay. Should be able to just come right off. Maybe not. There we go. Come on. Move with me. Ah, there. Okay. Well, that tube was in there pretty good. Okay. Okay, I'm going to fill it up just a tad bit just to make it a little bit easier to get on. Usually it helps to get on. Just a little bit. Only a little bit. And where is the PSI for this? Right there. Let's see, inflate to 40 PSI. And okay, I think that should work. I don't regularly work on these types of wheels and tubes, so are you serious? Alright, well, I was digging in my inventory and I did find a 16, so I do have them. However, they're not as thick as a typical e-bike tire would be, so I'm going to be probably sending these back or just keeping them on the side. I'm not really sure yet, but either way, I do have a 16 here. They're just for a standard bike tire, which, I mean, this will work for that. And being that this e-bike is not really a, I don't want to say, it's not a very heavy e-bike, so I'm hoping that these will work just fine. You know, if they don't, if they puncture on her, then I'll just replace them at no cost, but we'll see what goes on here. So for now, we're going to use these and hope for the best, that they do well for her riding. Which is odd, because I did go online to make sure that the tires that I had, the inventory I had, would work for her. It said that they were 14 by 2, but anyway, these are what size are these? 16 by what? 2.125, so it's gonna be a stretch. We'll see how it goes. It irritates me that it was the wrong size, though. The site definitely led me astray. Okay, let's see what we got. So, rotor on the left side, so these are going to go that way. Okay. Okay, let's pop them on. Come on. There we go. There we go. Nice. Okay. Go ahead and fill them up. And they fill to 20 psi. Make sure that's what I read. No, 40 psi, excuse me. Ooh. Seeing that. Let me fix that real quick. I'm seeing it was making a bubble on the one side, so it wasn't filling in properly. It must have been coming out of the other side, and I didn't see it. Let's try that again. Okay. There. All right, it's on there. Okay, one done. Let's get the next one. Oh, I see a frayed cable too. What the heck? This is the one I used, isn't it? Oh, that's weird. Oh, I guess so. Yep. So the nuts on the front are different than the ones on the back. Different, but okay. There we go. Yeah. Whoa. Oh wow, that thing's just loose as can be. Barely holding on. What's holding on to it? Oh, got it. Oh, come on. It's got one of those little hooks that hook into the frame to keep the wheel on. I've seen a lot of Schwinn's use these too. This little hook piece. Okay. That should pop off. Oh, the other side too. A lot of little things. There we go. So when I took the wheel off, the whole axle just came off as I was taking things apart. I've never seen that done before, but anyway, I guess I got some pieces to put that together. Right. What's interesting is it still has air in it. She wants new tubes in both, so I get it, but let me see something here. Oh, this tube is fine. That is a great tube, actually. Now I'm really curious if the other tube was fine too. I'm gonna see. There's no point in replacing tubes if the tubes are good. That just adds to the landfill. So these tubes are fine. Guess I should have tried pumping them up first, but my brain was set on what the customer was wanting, not what the customer actually needed. So this tube is fine. Okay, let me check this other tube out. If it's fine too, then I'm just gonna put it back on. Alright, that one has a hole in it. Right there. You can see a sucker blowing out. So yes, this one does need to be replaced. But this one, not so much. I'm gonna keep this one on there. So let's put it back in. Always check the tubes first before you mess around with anything. And let's see here, making sure we're right. And we are wrong. Thought I checked before finishing it. This needs to be the other way. There we go. Always got to face the direction of the tire going in the direction of the rotor being on the left side. If that made sense. Oh, come on. Come on. Yeah, jeez. Okay. There we go. Okay. Much better. Okay. Ah. Guess it was barely holding on. See how it looks. Everything looks good. Cool. Okay, let's get this back on. I was trying to get off camera, trying to get the thing set up to be installed with this axle the way it was just falling apart. So let's see how this goes. I think I got the spacers on the correct sides. We'll find out here in a second. Come on, get up there. What am I missing here? Okay, I think I got them on the wrong sides, wrong ends. This is weird. First time for everything. Okay, let's try that. See if that fits better. It doesn't fit right. Okay, I guess the spacer was on right. I had it right the first time. This is ridiculous. I mean, I see now what the spacers are used for, but it's just a little ridiculous. Okay, so that, and then the shorter spacer allows for it to go into, yeah, okay. That is just terrible looking, but all right, whatever. Okay, got those in. Yep, okay, spins. Now let's get these nuts on. That was a new one for me. This week here in Atlanta, the weather is very cold, oddly enough. It's usually always hot here, but this whole week we're going to be in the very low 60s, upper 50s, and all day today it's been raining, so it's going to be a cold Halloween. Okay. Oh, I see what was going on here. All right, let's see if I can figure this out. Since the axle is free, one side was tightened by somebody and the other side was not being held tight. So I'm going to try and get them both tight. There we go. There we go. Okay. And this rotor is definitely bent, so I'm going to fix that as well. But, well, I mean, I may have to take this thing apart anyway to fix the rotor. But we'll see. I may try to do it off or on the frame, one step at a time. All right, so this is back on, but you can hear the rotor kind of going choo choo choo. Okay, let's get this rear on. And the rear one has a bit more stuff going on. The rear wheel back on now that we've got a new tube in it. So we need to, this little piece, if I can show it to you, this little piece here, the little notch, needs to be inside of the frame here, right there. So it needs to line up right inside of that. All these little things have to happen with these single speed. All right, and let's rotate it so that the power plug goes forward. And we need the chain. Okay. There we go. Oh. Had it and I lost it. Okay, there we go. Sliding on. That's good. Put the chain back on. Okay. There we go. At this point, we just have to tighten that little piece here. I don't know what it's called off the top of my head, but we got to tighten it enough to where this chain doesn't have much slack in it. Bring this piece back. Pull the chain out some. Okay. Put this piece back on. There we go. All right, so we want to have a little less than that. There. About right there, that's what I want. So let me get that. I think it was the 11 I needed, I believe. Negative. It was a 12. Okay. Yeah, there it is. Okay. So, a little loose, a little less than that. Oh, shoot. Come on. Came off again. There. Okay, it's in now. So, oh, one other thing. I think I have it around backwards because it's got a slight bend to it. I think it needs to go that way. Flipped over. That should be better. Come on. Come on, get on there. Alright, I'm just gonna loosen this up all the way so I don't have to just mess around with it. So this has got, see how it's got a little bend to it right here? It goes kind of out and up. Hopefully you can see that. Well, you want the part that goes out and over to be facing in instead of this part here. You don't want that to be going in. You want it to be flipped around because of the shape of the frame. So it just lays on it better. I'd have to show more detail in order to get that right, to show it to you correctly. All right, so that's in there. And now I've got to tighten it while at the same time dealing with this fender. God, not easy. Just want to stay put while I'm working on this. There. And if you can't tell, this is why it costs more to change tires and do certain services on e-bikes, because they're just made differently than a standard bike. And there's more pieces to the puzzle to even change a tire, as you can tell. It's a little ridiculous. I guess that's what you gotta do when you got a motor on it. And now I've seen, I don't know if you guys have heard about this as well, but you can ride these, as long as they have a crank set on them, you can ride these things anywhere you want to. Anywhere on the road you want to, practically, without the cops coming after you. You don't have to have a license to drive these or ride these things on the road, sadly. You can go like 20, 30 miles an hour with these things and be on the road just fine, and the cop's not going to pull you over because the law, or at least here in Georgia, it says you have to have a crank set. If you have a crank set, then they consider it to be a bike, and therefore ride it to your heart's consent without a license. I think it's a little crazy considering how fast e-bikes can go and how dangerous they can be, especially to the yahoos who want to ride them without a helmet. But that's just what I've heard. And Seth from Burn Peak actually did a pretty good video explaining all that information. Thought that was pretty good. Good information. Oh, getting a little tight. See what I mean? The tighter this is, the more it pulls. So you gotta get that just right. And once you have it right, you put the nut back on it, and all's well. A little tight still. Sitting there talking and not paying attention. There we go. A little more. Yeah, I like it. That works. All right, let's put the nuts on. 2 spacers on both ends. I guess I need them for how long the axles are. Okay, so those are on. What's going on here? Oh wow, how did it get tight all of a sudden? Oh, because I don't have it fully on yet. That's why. My goof. Okay. So what I need to do is loosen this up a hair. You guys probably got tired of hearing me say that on the last video. Alright. That's good right there. Just need to make sure it's centered now. See, that's too tight. I need this piece here to be just tight enough to where I can center everything. So right now I'm going to loosen it up a little bit so I can have some wiggle room. There we go. Okay. So there's that. That's good too. I'm going to go ahead and tighten it here. Try to make it as straight as I can. And I'm hoping, once I'm done here, the brakes, hopefully all they need is an adjustment to make them tighter. Why is it not turning at all? Maybe I need to tighten that just a little bit too. Well, no, I'm not. I'm going to leave that the way it is. But now we have to figure out why this thing is not rotating. Ah, whoa, okay. Jeez. The one side, I guess, is too tight, therefore causing the rotor to just bend all the way in. So that's really sucky. So now I need to undo that side and figure out why that's happening. So this side, where's the spacers? Okay, I gotcha. Okay, so the thick spacers that were on this side, it's got these two thick spacers, probably about a centimeter both on both ends. However, this side might need them, but the other side, I think they need to go inside of the frame, pointing inside the frame in order to give the rotor enough wiggle room to be in the caliper, because that wasn't good. And the more I tightened it, the more it was crushing the rotor. So alright, I've been playing around with the rotor, trying to get it straightened. I think I've got it in a decent place at this point. I've got one spacer on one side, which this is the one that needs one because of the pushing back and forth on the single speed. This side, on the rotor side, I've got one, basically a centimeter spacer on the inside, and then I've actually got me a extra eBike kind of, I used to call it a spacer as well. It's a locking spacer. I'm going to try putting that also inside there, so I have two thick spacers. I'm going to see if that helps with the alignment of, see if this will help with the alignment of the caliper. Oh shoot! Of course, you guys on the watching the video are probably like, "Oh, you dummy! You forgot the chain. Well, at least we know this way it goes. So let's do that again. Ow! I got sandwiched in between it. That hurt just a bit. Okay. That's good. That's a little tight now. Trying to get it just perfect. There, that's good. I like that. All right, hopefully you can see what I'm working on here. I'm going to first undo these bolts that are basically keeping it too tight around the rotor, and then I'm going to tighten this enough to where it needs to be, and then readjust this, because I don't want another case of the rotor getting all screwed up again. So first, undo these. We're gonna get this thing right. I'm gonna go just enough. I'm not going all the way, just enough. There we go, that moves. Step one, okay. Let's see what we got here. Okay, so I still got some playing room. But the amount of space in here, I can't show you that because that's just, I don't have a camera worthy of that. All right, that's tight, good. So next up, just trying to see. So usually what I do here is I loosen one side. I assume this does have, okay, good. It's got the piston over here that I can adjust. So I'm gonna do it just a little bit. There we go. And then I want to, okay, first push this down to make it as flat as possible. Pull on it. Well, I need to make this a little tighter too. There we go. I'm gonna need my third hand for this. Third hand. Okay. There we go. See how far it goes in. I don't want it going too far, just a little bit. Just enough. Okay. Lock it in place. There we go. Squeeze that. Oop, need a little more. Right there's where I want it. Kind of going by feel here. Okay, there's that. Tighten it. Oh my gosh. I need to make a video just on how to work with a mechanical caliper and how to straighten it. There we go. Let go of it. There we are. And now tighten this because that's where I want it to be. There we go. I want it to be nice and tight. I've seen before where you tighten them and they just still let go. So there's that. Now let's see where we are. Okay. Okay, good. And now I undo this side of the other side of the piston just enough until it moves, or until you see space. Maybe one. Well, let me see how it feels first. Okay, definitely need more on this side, but at least on this side, there. Okay. So now I gotta look inside and see. I'm looking for just when it touches and then buzz. There we go, right there. That should be it. Okay. Okay, that should do the trick. Perfect. Got a very dark room. Only got one light, one overhead light, and I gotta work on that. work on making it right. I'm gonna assume this one needs to be pretty close too. So let's see how we do. Okay, so here we are. Oh yeah, definitely more than that. Do I have my third hand? I don't. Here we are. Tell you what, this third hand really does help. If you ever want to work on your own bike, I highly recommend them. Because you can even lock it in place and then test out how things are before you actually finish it, which is very helpful. Okay, that's good. I like it. Now I gotta see what we got here on the side. Can you hear this? Exactly, you can't, because it's good. Thank you very much for joining me on this adventure for just getting the tubes good and the brakes good. If you like what you see here, then not just me, but please like and subscribe, and yeah, I'll see you on the next video. Take care.